Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Danny TV, tuning back in with a new video. And I know some time ago, not even that long ago, less than a week ago, I made a video, and the title of it was Parenting, Priorities, and Poverty. And I actually want to go ahead and talk about that today while I have the opportunity to. I've been so busy, so it's been kind of hard for me to get to this specific subject. But why don't y'all go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a new video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna keep bringing the new content. We're gonna keep addressing the situations that needs to be addressed in this society. And I definitely appreciate the love and the support. I appreciate all the new subscribers, everybody that's been subscribed to me, everybody that tunes in to me. I appreciate all of y'all. I really do. It means a lot. But honestly, something that needs to be addressed for real is parenting, priorities, and poverty. And now why I say that is because me and my husband, that day when I made that live, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I think it was like about 5-6 days ago, I made a live, and I was trying to go live, but I didn't know, I felt like my camera was a little choppy in behind, so I said I'm gonna just go ahead and just try to make a video on it instead. So I was pretty much talking about a lot of children are hopping out of these nice expensive cars in these worn down schools. I don't know if I mentioned that in my live, but it's cool because we just gonna go over everything, right? So look, first and foremost, why I say parenting is off of the strength of me seeing a lot of children going to school by themselves. And in my life, I mentioned there was a girl that was walking with her sister or cousin, whoever. She looked extremely terrified. She looked extremely terrified while walking to school. She looked very uncomfortable. And this is why in a lot of my videos, I always address that us as parents, we have to put our children first in situations like this and think about the well-being of our kids. And I understand you got to get to work. I understand you got to do this, that, and the other. But we do not live in a society that is safe for our children or ourselves. Like, we don't live in that type of world. I don't know what type of world some of y'all think we live in, but this ain't that. Okay? So, it's like prioritize things the right way. Sometimes certain jobs it just ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because see why I say that people, they tend to put their jobs and stuff like that before their kids' safety. And I mean, like, you as their parent should be able to get them to school. You as their parent should be able to drive them to school, walk them to school, whatever the case is. Okay? These kids ain't safe out here. And some of them, they don't feel safe. But they only do it because you told them to. Nobody else but you told them to walk to school by themselves. So the responsibility lies on you as their parent. So if something was to happen to your child, you need to take a look in the mirror. And I mean it. See, I'm not about to have, like I said in my video, I'm not about to force myself to work a 9 to 5 that's not going to meet my needs, which is making sure that my kids get to school safely, making sure they get out of school safely. A cell phone, it ain't gonna help it. Relying on somebody else, that ain't gonna help either. They're my responsibility. So at the end of the day, it's my duty and my job to be the one to get them to school and to be the one to pick them up from school. And see, the thing is, a lot of parents don't understand that. Also, stop halfway doing stuff. You gotta go in the school with your child and make sure they get all the way in there. A lot of parents put way too much trust into their children that they'll be able to get inside the school by themselves and stay in there. You got to think about it. What did you do when you were their age? You know, how did you feel when you were their age? Okay? And I see a lot of kids hopping out of these cars and they're under the age of 10 and they just run up in the school by themselves. And then the parent, they'll just be sitting there, but they all on their phone. You ain't even watching your child. You all on your phone. You watching your phone. Your phone is watching you. And then next thing you know, by the time you look up, your child gone. You don't even know what age is, but you feel like they went inside of the building. So you just pulling off. Nah. I just feel the need to address this because us as women and you guys, you men, think about it. We don't live in a safe world. This is not a world. This, like, I don't know. I don't understand where people's minds are nowadays. But you ain't there if you feel like we good, we safe. You know, my kid, they good, they safe. I get that you want to think positive and stuff like that, but we got to think realistically too. And we got to be all in it for the sake of our children. So we need to really try to sit back and prioritize things the correct way. Think about the safety of our children. Put our kids first before a doggone job that don't even care about us. All they care about is your presence and how they can benefit off of you for the sake of their company. Like, these people don't care about you. You really think they care about you and your kids? You think they care? No. See, me personally, honestly, there was a few job interviews in the past that I had, right, at the time when my children were with me, right? And I would let them know, oh, you said I have to be here at what time? I'm sorry, that's not going to work because I have to get my children to school at a certain time. Oh, what time do you have to get them to school? Oh, I have to get them to school by 7 a.m. Oh, yeah, well, sorry, ma'am. I don't think this is going to work. See, I'm going to lay everything out on the table right there because I'm not about to force myself to get hired into your company, right? And next thing you know, I'm sitting here contemplating, walking back and forth at work, can't even think straight because I'm trying to make sure that my kids are safe. I gotta call this person, that person, and the other. Hey, did you see so and so? Did you see them walk to school? Did you see them did you oh man, did you see them walk back to the house? Like, are they safe? Could you please tell them to call me? Like, I don't have time to be sitting up there worried about the safety of my children because it would be my fault. It ain't nobody else's but mine. So at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that I get my children to school at the time they need to be at school. I'm going to park the car. I'm going to get out. I'm going to get my kids out of the car. We're going to walk up to the steps of the school. You're going to go to your class. Okay. See you. Bye. Love you. Mwah. Okay. Can you please call me if you got any problems with her? Thank you. Come on, next. Let's go to your class now. That's exactly how it's going to be. And when it's time to pick them up, I'm going to park my car. I'm going to go inside the school and I'm going to go and come and get you. And I'm going to come and get you out of your class or wherever you are sitting at inside of the building. Like for real. Like for real. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Some of us, I'm not sitting here trying to make it seem like the situation can be perfect. Because some of us, we might have some hard-headed kids, okay? We might have some hard-headed teenagers. We may have those teenagers that want to ditch school with the friends or whatever. Or we may have the teenagers that just feel like, I ain't going to school, and as soon as my mom dropped me off and make sure I get up in my classroom or whatever the case is, I'm going to leave about this building. For sure. We might have those kind of kids. But I'm saying that at least can we think about the safety of our children still though? Can we think about making sure they get to school and this, that, and the other? Because my job is to get you in the school and get you to a class you need to go to and make sure you in there and to come back and pick you up and make sure you get in the car. Once you inside of that school and you decide to leave up out of there, I'm going to be honest with you. That responsibility is now on the school. Where's my child? Where's my child? Y'all took attendance, right? So they should be here. You calling and telling me my child done left? How did you let them leave out the building? Like, the school should be secured to where my child cannot, decide to just up and, I'm gone. And this is why this is why I hate the public school system. The school system, like I said before, is not for the well-being of our children, to be honest. They try to make it that way, but it's really not. Honestly, and this is why I am all for homeschooling. I can't even tell you how many kids nowadays will tell you they don't want to go to school. And they not saying it just to be saying it. They not saying it just to be saying it. They're saying it because it's obvious that it's like, look, I'm in school like I'm working a 9 to 5. I'm in school Monday through Friday like I'm at work. And I ain't really learning nothing. When I can really be at home and I can get all my learning from inside my crib. I'm at school like I'm working a 9 to 5 just to hear gossiping all day. Just to hear my teacher yelling at me and the other kids all day. And then, this is the crazy part here. They treat school like it's actually work, for real. it's kind of like they preparing our kids for the, how can I say it? I'm kind of stuck on my words today, but y'all know what I mean. It's like they preparing our kids to go into the field of working as a slave. You want to know why I say that? When you go to work, right? When you go to work, what you doing at work? You working for a company. You working to make sure that you can stay on your job. You making sure that your attendance is good at work. Because if you don't, you're gonna get fired. You can't really take that many days off. Because if you do, you're gonna be using your vacation time or your sick time. Or whatever else they want to call it nowadays. And they don't really care about what you got going on at home in your personal life, you feeling sick, and if you get sick, you're gonna have to come back with a note, things of that nature. So you know where I'm going with this, right? This is what happens at work. You got people gossiping. You get a lunch break, probably between 30 minutes to an hour. Your boss is hovering over you all damn day, or they probably sitting nearby and watching your every move, even if it's on camera. Then, once your shift in, it's time for you to go home. You get home, you're tired. You might feel like taking a shower. You might not feel like taking a shower. You got to get dinner ready if you don't order out. You see where I'm going with it, right? So this is the work life as an adult. Imagine being a kid. I mean, we all was kids. We all went to school. If some of y'all might have been homeschooled, which is a blessing, if you ask me. Hopefully, I say that hopefully because, you know, some of y'all might have had toxic parents that you was stuck with at home every single day of your life, and I feel sorry for people that had to endure stuff like that. But honestly, like, back to what I was saying, being a kid is kind of like you working a 9 to 5. You gotta get up, get dressed, get ready for school, hurry up and eat a quick breakfast. If you don't eat a breakfast, you go to school, you go to the cafeteria. Hopefully they might have some breakfast there for you if you early enough. Then at a certain time, bam, bell ring, and you know, now it's time for you to go to your class. You in your class all day, or you probably got to switch classes or whatever the case is. And then you know what? When you at work, you not only just doing one assignment majority of the time, it's like you switching different assignments throughout the day. So that's what goes on in school too, right? So at school, like I said, you either sitting in that one class all day or you switching classes. At the end of the day, guess who's hovering over you? The teacher. If they ain't sitting up in the corner watching you and grading papers. Same thing that the boss would do as if you're at work, right? Then, as you're trying to learn, you got other people in the background that just want to be ignorant and stupid all damn day, so you can barely learn anything. You know, you might have a lazy ass teacher. You might have a teacher that got a teacher's pet. I mean, you know, they got a student that they want to make their teacher's pet. Same thing when you at work, because they got their picks and chooses and their favorites. Then At school, you get a lunch break, right? I ain't been to school in so long. So what, like 45 minutes lunch, 45 minutes lunch period, 30-minute lunch period or something like that. And then after lunch, you back at it again. Gotta go back to class. Oh, can't wait till this day is over with type thing. And then, you know, back at not really, because it's like once you eat, it's like you get tired. And then you don't even want to, you be ready to go then. You don't even want to be at work or at school or nothing like that. You just ready to go. You can't wait to get the day over with now. So now you sitting there, you anticipating getting the day over with. We back on the school subject. And you sitting there, can't wait for the day to be over with. Man, I just ate. Oh my God, here we go again. Oh, I don't feel like learning. I'm getting tired. Oh, this teacher is getting on my nerves. Oh, the teacher about to kick me out. Then you got to worry about the office, the main office. Keeping up with your school records. You being in attendance. Your teacher, marking you unattended or whatever the case is, tardy. You know what I'm saying? So I say this to say, it's so many similarities with school and work. And this is why a lot of kids don't want to go to school. You also got to think about it, not just the safety and the well being of them getting into school and leaving and going home, but also with these petty ass teachers and the students, with the bullying and stuff like that. Nobody wants to go somewhere where they're supposed to learn and have to endure that every single day of their lives. That is literally like psychological abuse. So this is why a lot of kids always like, yeah, I don't want to go to school today. And a lot of parents don't support that. They're more so against that, and they get angry and mad at the child. Oh, you getting your ass up and you going to school. Get up. Put your stuff on. You're going to school. And that teacher, they better not call me. It's like, come on now, be for real. Y'all gotta think about it. Some of these teachers be lying on these kids, man. This might sound crazy, right? This might sound crazy, but some of these teachers, they actually be hating on these kids, whether you know it or not. I've been through it, trust me. I've been through it damn near my whole life of being in school. Teachers, counselors, principals was hating on me, straight up. Didn't like me for whatever personal reasons they had against me. I don't know. But I'm just not really like a likable person. Anyway, on to the next, right? That's parenting. Priorities. Man, a lot of parents' priorities be legitimately messed up. And why I say that, man, if you come through my neighborhood, right, you will see a lot of rundown, bogus looking schools. Got the doggone bars up to the window, looking like the kids in jail. Got the gates up to the windows, looking like the kids locked up in prison. The school all run down, bricks all bogus, and then bricks all bogus looking, and paint all chipped, and it just looks horrible, right? And I'm not trying to see, I know a lot of people might come at me about this though. I'm not trying to tell a parent how to spend their money or whatever the case is. But I see a lot of kids living in poverty, right? Living in rundown homes, going to rundown schools, But you hopping out of a brand new 2022 Jaguar truck that your parent is driving, or a brand new 2022 BMW. I'm not even kidding you. I ain't even kidding you. People priorities is so messed up. So, you mean to tell me you spent all this money on buying a 2022 BMW truck? Your car note is probably between $700 to $800 a month. Your rent, let's just say your rent is $1,000, and you behind on your rent. You about 2 months behind on your rent. Your kid going to a bogus rundown school. Your crib just looking like who done it and what for, because you got this nice ass truck, right, that you just bought, but the inside of your house looks atrocious. I've had people that I knew personally just like that. I'm not even kidding you. They had nice ass cars. I know this one girl that had a brand new Lexus, and she was living in the house. She had a brand new Lexus, and you would expect for her house to look really nice, whatever the case is. But as soon as you step foot up in there, it's like, what did I just, like, what am I witnessing right now? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because, like I said, people priorities be messed up. And those be the main chicks that be leaving their kids in the house by themselves. There's a girl right here by me. I ain't even gonna point it out, but it's a girl that's right over here by me that does it all the time. She has a brand new Mazda truck. It looks like it's a 2023, right? Got a nice little house, but be leaving her kids in the house by themselves. Young girl. She goes out with her friends all day, every day, getting high, drunk. Kids are left in the house by themselves, running rampage, running outside, running to the backyard, cursing, and then she comes back like a few hours later, and she's so doggone toe up from the flow up that she cursing them out, but you left them in the house by themselves. And then I ain't even finna go all the way into that, but just know people priorities is so messed up. We ride past this every day. Every day we ride past this. And we see these kids going to school, hopping out of these nice cars, but going into a rundown school. But when you go to a neighborhood that's not poverty, if you know what I mean, and I'm not trying to bring on any race wars or anything like that, but this is just facts. When you go into a white neighborhood, what are you going to see? It looks really nice and neat, clean, you know. The schools are really beautiful, really nice, big, bricks all washed up. The paint ain't chipped. The windows are clean up and brand new. You know, the grass is cut. There's no bars on the windows. The kids are getting off of the school bus looking like they're ready and eager to learn. And they're hopping out of these nice cars. But their parents, actually, their priorities ain't messed up, because Not only are they hopping out of nice cars, but they leaving out of nice houses too. Suburban rich kids, that's just, they're good. They're good. And they parents, let me tell y'all something, right? And I don't want y'all to I don't want y'all to get offended. Because I know that I have a mixture of people that subscribe to me. They got African Americans, Caucasians, Hispanics, whatever the case may be. So I'm not trying to cause any racial diversion or anything like that, but I'm just spitting straight facts right now. And let me see if I got enough time to talk about this. Yeah, because my phone is pretty low right now, so we're gonna hurry up and get through this. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of employers, right, that majority of us black people are hired by, they don't care about our lives. They don't care about us having to get our children to school on time or having to pick them up from school. They don't care. They want you to hurry up and come to work. They don't care about any of that. But a lot of other ethnicities, right? I see them dropping their kids off, parking the cars, literally going inside of the schools. I see them walking into the schools. I'm driving through suburban areas every day and I see this every morning. I go from, and I'm going to record that for y'all. I go from watching the kids in poverty hop out of these cars and just, they going into school, their parents don't even care about them, or walking to school by themselves and their parents don't even care about them. And then I go to a suburban area where the rich kids are, right? And then you got the parents walking to school with their kids, going all the way inside the school with their children, or dropping their kids off at the school and parking their cars and making sure they go inside of the school because they care about the safety of their kids. And they have the time to do it because their employers allow them to. And I ain't upset about it or nothing like that. I'm just saying, their employers allow them to. Or they have prioritized things the correct way for the safety of their children. Because they know the world we live in. And I ain't gonna say all of them do, but majority of them that I have saw, yeah, they do. And even if they can't get their kids to school, they make sure that they call for a school bus to get their kids to school. Because all of the students at that point, you take your child to the school bus, make sure they get on there, and then all of the kids get off of the school bus and they go right into the school. I see this in the rich suburban areas. It's crazy. Like the segregation in Chicago, and especially like the poverty rate is crazy. It's crazy. The things that you will see is crazy. It'll go from a messed up neighborhood to a rich neighborhood, quiet, streets clean, ain't no potholes in the rich area. You got ain't no trees in front of the house with the leaves hanging all over the fence and all over the roof. And, you don't see that when you go to the rich areas. But here in poverty, right? You come through this neighborhood, all you see is straight up potholes everywhere, streets all tore up, garbage everywhere, all up and down the streets. You know what I'm saying? And don't blame the politicians, because I'm sick and tired of hearing that. Blame who you politically voted for. I don't vote, and I don't believe in voting. All right, that's just what I do. Everybody else is different. I don't blame stuff like that. Because to me, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It's about keeping your neighborhood clean. And see, a lot of black people, they don't care. See, a lot of black people, they don't care. I done seen trees, right, that has fell on the homes of black people, and they either don't even call the city to come and get it off of their house, or they do call the city and the city just don't, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They gonna leave it there for about 3 or 4 months. I rode past a few months ago, right? And there was a tree that had fell on this one chick's house. I mean, on her car, brand new car. It looks like a brand new car to me. But the tree fell on her car after a storm had hit, right? And I come back around recently, like a week or two ago, and it's still there. And it's still there. We got potholes. We got garbage everywhere. We got nasty trees just hanging all over the roof. Jesus Christ, can't even get the word out of my mouth. The roof of the buildings or the homes, just leaves and stuff like that, like branches and stuff just growing on the side of the homes, and it looks like poverty. When you come into the poverty area, it looks like poverty. You see people driving by super fast, blasting their music super loud. All you see is CPD riding up and down the streets, trying to find somebody to F with. You smell the aroma of marijuana in the atmosphere. That's how you know when you in the hood. You got all these abandoned churches and abandoned schools and abandoned homes and abandoned stores and storefronts that's still sitting right there, that has been sitting right there since 2010, and they refuse to tear it down and turn it into something else. They just leave it there, spray painted. People just be coming past spray painting. They done boarded it up. I'm just telling y'all how poverty looks. It looks freaking terrible. And it looks like poverty. And you don't see this in these rich neighborhoods. They keep their grass cut. It's all quiet. You see everybody jogging with their dogs and their babies in a stroller. Hi, how you doing? Waving at each other. Have a great day. You know what I'm saying? You don't see trees just on top of people's houses and cars and just sitting there. You don't see potholes. You don't see people's buildings being spray painted and boarded up and just abandoned. No, that's not how the rich area looks. The suburban area looks. It looks really clean. It's really quiet. It looks like heaven pretty much. And the older that I get, I see why they want it this way, why they design it this way. And it's because, to be honest, a lot of black people, a lot of black people don't speak up. They don't put their foot down. They don't feel like that's necessary at all for them to do, because they worried about all the wrong stuff. We live in a world full of narcissistic I'm going to just be honest with you. We live in a world full of narcissistic people, and all they care about is social media and how they can please the next person, especially black people, to be honest. It seems like all y'all care about is being able to please the next person and showing off what you got, knowing that you couldn't even afford it in the first place. It's a doggone shame. Then you got these doggone rappers with all this money that's from Chicago that refuse to invest into the neighborhoods, into poverty. Refuse, because they're so selfish. All they care about is themselves. You on Instagram and Facebook and you flexing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. You want to go buy jewelry. You want to go buy cars and houses and stuff like that. But you forgot where you came from? You know how bad it is out here? That's just crazy. Because me personally, if I was a star or I had a lot of money, do you not know that I will literally take all of that money and invest into poverty? To make poverty look like the rich areas? I would literally hire a bunch of landscapers and assign them to each neighborhood for them to cut the grass, keep the grass cut, trim down the branches off the gate, off the, do whatever you got to do to keep it clean. I would pay the city to chop these trees down that's in front of these houses. It looks horrible. I would pay the city to make sure that they fill up these potholes or remodel, do whatever you gotta do to just clean up the street. God damn it. It looks horrible. It looks horrible. But honestly, we shouldn't even have to pay the city though. The city should be doing their job. That's what they need to do. It is their duty and their job to keep Chicago clean. It doesn't matter if we live in poverty, yo. Come on now. It looks horrible. And it's sickening to drive past and see all of these abandoned homes and abandoned churches. And then not even just the abandoned places. You got liquor stores right next to the church. I rode past one area, right? There is a liquor store right across the street from the police station. And it's always a bunch of guys hanging outside in front of the police station, drinking and smoking, or they're in front of the liquor store drinking and smoking. CPD, they don't do shit. They don't even care. Because they probably know that we in poverty. And honestly, they take their badges off and they go and stand and hang out with these dudes. So that's why they don't give a damn. And then CPD is extra corrupt. Just like NYPD. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Parenting, the priorities, and the poverty. It's crazy. And it needs to be cleaned up. And we need to be figuring out what we can do to make it better. People need to make the correct decisions when it comes down to the safety of their children. People need to prioritize their lives and their situation just for the safety of their children. And get your priorities straight How are you driving a brand new car that costs way more than your house, and then you can't even keep up the bills on your house, but you can keep up the bills on the car because you want to ride around looking flashy and stuff. So it's like, man, I ain't paying that rent. I'm trying to show people that I got me a brand new Jaguar truck. That is so crazy. Like, people are crazy, bro. People is crazy. I'm telling you. Like, this is how they prioritize their lives. Man, I ain't finna clean up that house. I'm gonna leave that house nasty. I don't feel like doing that. I'm about to go lay down. Then I'm gonna get up. And then I'm finna go outside with my boys. Or the female say, I'm about to go out and party. How you gonna go out and party but your house is nasty? And your kids still in the house by themselves. And you don't even care about trying to find somebody to watch them, or you just don't care. Like, you'll just leave them in the house by themselves just so you can go have your fun. That's crazy. Driving a brand new Mercedes-Benz hatchback while your kids is in the house eating on chips, a 50-cent juice from the store, and some candy all day long because you don't feel like cooking and you don't feel like ordering nothing to eat for them. You would rather order something to eat for yourself. I used to see it all the time. Horrible parenting. Then I got some people sitting up here talking about, well, don't talk about other people, just encourage them. I encourage people 24/7 all day. But like I said, I'm going to call a spade a spade. This is the whole point of this video. Parenting, prioritize, and then poverty. Even if you are living in poverty, if you have to live in poverty, okay? At least keep your house clean. Jeez. You feel like just because you live in poverty, your house got to be nasty too? Right along with the outside of the house? I'm telling y'all, man, it's so messed up out here in this world. But I'm going to come back to y'all again with a new video, though. I'm about to end this one. So hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video.